first things when I look at the brain is I look for the corpus callosum. Where would you identify the corpus callosum?
Up there.
Yep, it's this white region right here, exactly. It covers, it covers the anterior, or the superior aspect of the lateral ventricle. We never asked you to identify this on this section, but in the coronal sections, you notice this is actually the fornix.
The what?
The fornix, this white tissue under here. We don't ask you to identify that on this type of section. Some other things to look at on this brain, so just going from superior to inferior in this different region, you have your thalamus. It's that big round glandular structure right there. Thalamus. Hypothalamus would be immediately inferior to that. And that's where your pituitary would hang. And the pituitary hangs immediately posterior to the optic chiasm. So this is your optic chiasm, and you ripped off the pituitary. It was right there. You can appreciate that maybe on this brain if you can lift it up. No, it's on there pretty tight. Oh yeah, you can see. So there's your optic chiasm on this brain. It's right there. Your optic chiasm is right here. And your pituitary is sitting immediately posterior to that. Okay. So once I have all that squared away, I go anterior to posterior, and I fill out the this area. So we have the midbrain. The pons is the bump, and the medulla oblongata. So another way to think of medulla oblongata is immediately inferior to the cerebellum. So you have your cerebellum, medulla oblongata. Midbrain is inferior to the cerebral aqueduct, which is this little area here. And this is the channel that's going to connect the third ventricle to the fourth ventricle under here.
Can you show the third ventricle?
You can't see it on this cut. We cut through it when you cut. We show you on the coronal cut. Yeah. Basically, the function of these ventricles is to hold cerebral spinal fluid to float the brain so that it's protected, right? So midbrain, cerebral aqueduct, inferior colliculus, superior colliculus. Okay? Inferior, superior colliculus. The one structure between the superior colliculus and the thalamus that got ripped off on this brain is the pineal gland. It's hanging out right here. Pineal gland is right here. But the cerebral aqueduct is not so hot on this brain. Open it up. You can really see that with it right here. The cerebral aqueduct is like a real channel because some of it's like it's a lip right there. But so your cerebral midbrain, cerebral aqueduct, inferior colliculus, superior colliculus, and your pineal gland. Your pineal gland secretes what? Melatonin, and that controls
Sleep cycle.
sleep cycles. Exactly. Yeah, I think that's it. And of course you have your optic chiasm like right here. It's this. So if you know thalamus, hypothalamus, immediately anterior to that is going to be your optic tract. It's white nerve tissue, and it's immediately anterior to what you think is the hypothalamic region. That is your optic tract.